Hello out there in the gaming world. Welcome to a new edition of East Meets West Gaming. I'm CdrMcNeil, your host, and today we'll be looking at Star Citizen. Now, I have been really stoked for this game. I love the concept behind it, the idea of the persistent universe, the ability to hop in your ship, fly anywhere. This alongside the upcoming Elite Dangerous, I'm really excited for. So, just wanted to talk a little bit about it. I know this has probably been done to death. People have probably been making videos about this since it came out. And this is the first one I'll be making. And I'm only going to be focused on one of my ships today, my favorite ship, the Redeemer gunship. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, though unlikely that you aren't, the Redeemer gunship was the contestant winner in the Next Great Starship contest that was hosted. And it is just a slick-looking ship. It's primarily combat-focused, hence the name, of course, a gunship. It's bristling with weaponry. I mean, you can note here, just look at that. Oh, look at those guns. Okay, so some basic specs for those of you who may not be aware. The ship is about 37.5 meters long, I believe, about 19.5 meters wide, and 11 meters tall. So it's a pretty big ship. It's a crew of about 3, and that's not including the Marines on board. Those are carried in the troop compartment in the aft section. The ship is manned by at least 3 crew, 1 pilot, 2 gunners. Supposedly, there's looking at the ship's brochure, there's an engineering section amidships, but they didn't. So right now, the specs only call for 3 crew. As mentioned, weapons. Oh, the weapons. It's got so many weapons. Okay, so it's got top turret, bottom turret. It's got chin-mounted lasers that are pilot-controlled. Now, according to the literature, there are an additional weapons, at least 2 other laser cannons, supposedly, and missile packs that will be also utilized by the pilot. So the pilot's got a lot of firepower at his disposal, and he's got those 2 turrets to really back him up. This thing is a miniature warship. It really is. There's a lot to love about it. And just like I said, just look at those lines. I mean, that is just a slick killer of a ship. Don't get me wrong, I love my Constellation. It's kind of like, not to say it's as iconic as the Millennium Falcon or anything like that, but it's still got that kind of lived-in, grungy, just get around the verse and get your job done kind of feel. But when you want to go out to shoot somebody in the face, this looks like the kind of ship you want to go do it in. So let's take a look inside here. We're going to wander on over to the aft end of the ship. This is where the troop bay is. Okay. And so this will be the compartment where the Marines are kept. You'll note there's 6 seats for Marines, but of course there's probably room for standing as well. So you can pack a whole lot of hurt in the back seat of your ship here. Up here is access to the bottom ball turret. It's kind of bugged right now in terms of the animation. I don't know if anyone else has experienced it, but when I get in the chair, my screen goes black, and then a couple of minutes later I'm now in the turret. It's a lot easier on the outbound way, but going in it just doesn't work really well. So that's probably a bug, but they'll fix it, I hope. Okay, we'll go head up top here. Okay, so this will be supposedly the engineering section of the ship. This is where supposedly if there is an engineer that'll be on hand, he can manage power flow and systems like that in this section. So it makes sense, you've got all the readouts in front of you, so it makes hopefully you'll be able to add for extra rooms for like maybe a sensor guy or an engineering guy. Cause I like the idea behind these multi-crew ships, the idea of a team working together. But I also kind of like the idea of where if you want to go solo, you can use AI teammates. Of course, we'll see how well the AI actually functions. Now up here is the pilot seat. Hop on in here. Yep. Okay, and so granted, it's not showing anything right now. You can't fly this thing out in space yet. I eagerly await the day where I'll finally be able to open those doors and fly on out. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, and I love the just the field of view. I mean, gosh, the fact that you can look all over. You know, you're not kind of looking through like a slit. That's one thing I really do like about the cockpits that they've managed to pull here in Star Citizen is they do give you the kind of feeling of being able to look around as free as you want while you're flying, which is great. Because I mean, the universe really does look pretty when you're playing things like Arena Commander. Okay, heading further aft, we to the living quarters. You have your stove, your kitchen. A little eating area, another little readout console. This could be kind of cool if you could access, like you walk up to this, then this would be like your access to the spectrum or what have you. Living area. It's kind of weird. They've got the bottom and middle racks are open, but the top rack seems to be closed, and I don't know why. I mean, if it's a crew of 3, what's happened to the third guy? I guess one guy's on duty, the other 2 can sleep, and they can rotate. That'd be kind of the cool thing. Of course, naturally, the racks open up and you can climb into them. If you look up top here, you'll see this kind of blank spot. I'm kind of hovering the U's cursor around it. I'm hoping that that'll also turn into like a screen or something. So, got to give you that RPG, you know, feel when if you're with a bunch of friends. You know, go hang out in your rack and watch the Spectrum while your buddy flies you to the next destination. You guys can yak over TeamSpeak or something like that. But I mean, I really do like the idea of the immersive feel, the kind of breaking that suspension of disbelief kind of thing, and just really giving you the feel of, for the first time, really, of living in your ship and kind of living a life outside of your real life, which is kind of cool. Okay, as we go further aft here, we got the shower, which of course everyone needs because nobody likes a stinky ship. Got the head, naturally. I mean, every ship needs a head, you know, hell. The fact that it even opens up and you can sit down on that. What's actually kind of weird, though, is if you click use right now, you'll climb in and the door will remain open, so people will get to watch you taking a crap, which is kind of disgusting. So close the door here. This is the cargo area right here. Not a lot of cargo space, but you know, there is some, which could be kind of cool. The gunship could be maybe used in that makeshift cargo road, maybe like small, highly valuable you know, minerals or gold or I don't know, something, you know, but where you kind of like, you know, an armored car where you really need that extra firepower to make sure the cargo gets to its destination. So that'd be kind of cool. You can actually climb into that if you use enough force. You have to kind of run at the door and it'll actually pop you in. And then you got to do the same thing to get back out. And finally, press this button here, and down comes the top turret, which we can climb in here. So we'll hop into the top turret. And here we are in the top turret. Looking around here. Now, of course, you're going to get a HUD that's going to pop up when you man these turrets. It gives you your crosshairs and your targeting, and you know, these are your repeating lasers, which are also cool. I love laser weaponry. Some of the projectile-based weaponry, because I'm a bad shot, so I kind of like the ability of not worrying about ammo. So this is pretty cool. But naturally, as I understand, you know, there's going to be some customizability with this. You're going to be able to maybe mount different types of weapons and different types of guns and things of that nature. So it'll be cool how you do it. So we'll hop out of the turret right here. Crawling out here. Okay. And of course, naturally, I just press the button again, and whoop, because who wants a turret chair just sitting in the middle of their living area? We'll leave the ship here. Try to get the thing to trigger. Trigger. It's one bug they haven't seemed to have worked out. Sometimes it doesn't take properly. Okay, we'll run over to the elevator over here. Charge! I like the elevators in this hangar. It's pretty slick. We'll get a bit of a top view here. So there it is. Ah, so beautiful. So, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this small tour. Look forward to maybe showing off the rest of the ships in the hangar. I'll tell you what, if there's one ship I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing at some point here, and I don't think I'll ever be able to afford it, but it'd be fun to watch someone else make a video of it, is the Carrack. That's that new exploration style ship that seems to be in development right now, and that looks really cool. So hopefully that'll be with us soon, and maybe, God willing, I'll be able to take a look at that ship as well. But in the meantime, this has been the Redeemer gunship, and you have been watching East Meets West Gaming with Commander McNeil, your hopes. If you've liked what you've seen, give us a thumbs up, subscribe. Hopefully we'll be doing more videos here in the near term. Check out some of the other videos on the channel. A lot of variety of different gaming. Hopefully you'll like what you see. So, thanks for joining us. This is Commander McNeil, signing off.